A brief message from your friendly neighborhood editing Jordan. We tend to try to keep things pretty PG-13 around here, but this is an improv podcast. So, who knows what we're going to say. Sometimes we throw in some swearing, some sexual content, and some violence. So, as a general warning, viewer discretion is advised. Also to be noted, the opinions stated about a certain tabletop role-playing game are just that, our opinions. We love the game and we like talking about it. So, any criticisms are really just all in good fun. That being said, wizards, please hire us. All right, with that out of the way, let's get on with the show.
They did move the button.
Well, I don't know about you guys, but I feel like I'm in a spooky funk.
Yeah.
I'm kind of feeling, I got energy in me, kind of got like a...
Kind of like a spunk.
I've got like a spunk to me right now,
I have no excuse to use that word. I am happy because it's past daylight savings time, so we got an extra hour. That's a good thing.
Nope.
No one told me that.
I'm still an hour back. I'm living in...
Clocks moved last night, guys.
Nope, I refuse to acknowledge daylight saving time.
Well, no, it's no longer daylight savings time, so we're back to normal time. Daylight savings time is the one that's bad.
I refuse to acknowledge the stupid practice, and so time does not change for me. I am actually 4 years behind all of you.
You're gonna reveal my dark passenger.
No, you don't start too. You do not start with that.
I was wondering why I slept so much last night, and I was like, oh, I only got like 8 hours of sleep, but it was...
That's why I like the end of daylight savings time, because if you fall asleep before the time change, then you just magically get an extra hour of sleep.
That, or I stayed up so late that I just went straight through it. I can't remember which happened. One or the other, because I was editing a Terranria. Hey everybody, welcome to the Nat One Podcast, aka Nope, because nope, you're not gonna want to hear what we're about to have to say. I'm Pertuset.
I'm Levi.
And I'm Jordan.
This next one, by the way, is gonna be just okay. It's not that great. It's okay. Yeah, it's not,
Wow.
It's not amazing.
Got it.
I gotta be... Listen, sometimes they're not all hits. They're not all hits, you know?
Not everyone can be a Terrence Park Boots episode.
Yeah.
Timeless classic.
Also, there wasn't any memes that I could apply to the thumbnail like my last two. I
Yeah,
like
not
my
really.
Terraria Drippy Bruh was a classic.
Everyone really liked the parkour civilization one.
True.
Even
Yeah.
though it literally
It's a
the
hot
only thing
topic.
in the episode that related to it was you guys talking about parkour civilization.
Yep. This one I just called it Spooky Terraria, and I took a picture of that guy that danced the Spooky Scary Skeleton song in like a black uniform. What's that called?
Unitard?
Morph suit?
Yeah. Either one, and the jack-o'-lantern mask. But I put the
It's a good video.
Terraria pro tag on it, or poster child. I think it's just the silver armor is the crazy thing. I think we've talked about this, but like, it's crazy that the poster for Terraria has just like the second tier armor you can get in the game as the front man of it. Anyway,
Hi.
yeah, we didn't really have any thing to talk about that was all encompassing, something that could comprise an entire episode.
We're just kind of vibing.
This is
it's
our November
post-Halloween.
episode.
Yep, it's post-Halloween, holidays.
Which you
Nothing's
would know
going
it's
on.
post-Halloween if you were there for our previous Umi Neko stream. That'll actually be 2 streams previous after this episode comes out. But, because we did it on Halloween.
Ooh.
Yes.
And it was cool because like that game has like Halloween themes in it, so we did it on Halloween.
And I played a scary game for Halloween, but not on Halloween.
True. And your
There's
next game, what? Say your piece, buddy.
I was gonna say there's too much of that going around these days. There's too much of the I'm gonna do a Halloween thing not on Halloween.
Well, mine
Think
was just
so?
because of scheduling circumstances. I had to work on Halloween and after Halloween.
Yeah, Halloween had
Sounds
the
like a
most...
you problem.
It had the most inopportune, well, not the most,
was
but
on
a
a
pretty
Thursday.
inopportune time. Yeah, being on Thursday was pretty bad.
Take it up with the wiener.
I won't.
He's the guy in charge of Halloween.
I thought it was the Pumpkinites.
Pumpkin
No, they
King.
work for
They work for who?
the wiener.
Okay, yeah, there's.
What were you saying about the next game?
The next game you should play, Jordan, I think would be Slay the Princess. That'd be a good one.
Yeah, that
I want
is
it.
a
It's on
good
my wish
one.
list. That
The
is, it's on
Pristine
my
Cut
list. I
just
haven't
came
bought it
out,
yet.
and I need to play it too.
Yeah, the Pristine Cut. Like I mentioned earlier, I'm glad you played Mouthwashing because as great as I think those games are, I do not have the patience to click through them. Too much
I like doing them.
dialogue.
Those are the ones that I have like bookmarked on my Steam because I know you guys don't play them other than like Umineko being a visual novel.
Mhm.
But I've got like The Suicide of Rachel Foster. I've got What Remains of Edith Finch. I've got those locked and loaded.
Good. I will say it was really, really funny because when you were asking about what if we streamed on Saturday, in my Dark Souls stream, which by the time this comes out will have been not yesterday's, but the one before that. I was like, man, what are we gonna do next? We're almost done with Dark Souls. In fact, I think we'll get done with the next one, which again would be yesterday. See if I'm right. I was like, I kind of want to do something that's a big departure from Dark Souls. Maybe we should do something very calm and relaxing. You know, it's a game I've never played, Stardew Valley. Maybe I'll do that. And I told Levi during the Umineko stream or after the Umineko stream, I was like, this is gonna be awful if Jordan starts playing Stardew Valley.
I think we should play Stardew Valley. I am so down to do like
Who's
a
we?
co-op please. I was already planning on streaming it, so technically you're
Hey.
stealing my idea because me and
Hey.
Ashlyn are gonna stream it.
That's what
Too
I was
bad.
gonna say. Is you could get Ashlyn. You could.
I am.
Ashlyn
We're
would 100%
planning on
stream
doing
that
it.
with you. Yeah.
We
Good
haven't
luck.
scheduled it yet though, but we are doing a co-op Stardew Valley thing at some point.
I'm doing Stardew on Tuesdays, maybe. I'm gonna put it to a poll as I always do.
The Great Stardew Race. Who can? I don't know. I don't know
True.
what
That's
the
not
end goal is in
okay. If you're
Stardew.
racing in Stardew, that defeats the point of playing it.
We're not racing in Stardew, we're racing for Stardew.
Who can get to it first,
Yeah.
and then the other person's not allowed to play it.
That's not how that works.
Mm-hmm.
I've been planning this for
It will
months, and you know that.
spontaneously combust out of your Steam library.
I can't contain what the people say. We'll have to see what the people, you at home, say.
All three of you who vote in our polls, and two of them are just us.
Yeah. I guess it will depend on how fast I beat Dark Souls. So you're gonna have to like try to DDoS me, Jordan, even though Dark Souls can be played offline.
Even if you do play Stardew, I'm still gonna stream with Ashlyn. That's been a thing that we've been talking about for a really long time.
No.
Yeah.
There's no evidence of
Jordan,
this.
we're all about challenges on this channel. We're all about challenges. You can't break the rules of the challenges, Jordan.
There's no challenge. We've been planning this. I have screenshots.
I mean,
Okay, well listen, here's the deal. You have to play through all the Assassin's Creed games
I
first,
can't.
and then you can
No. You're funny.
Oh, has the new one come out for that yet? I can't remember.
No clue.
I don't think so, because I feel like I would have been seeing more news about it if it had.
I'm gonna take a
What's
look.
it? What's it supposed to be called?
Shadows.
Yeah.
Oh, it got pushed back. February 11th, 2025. I thought it was coming out late this year. Yeah, it had been pushed. What was the original release date?
Oh,
Because I thought it was like either September or November. Either way, it's
Wikipedia
not
might
coming.
have it.
That's what I was checking.
Development and release date.
November
announced.
15th, 2024 was the original.
So it would have been soon.
Yep. Sorry, EDMC. I'm still probably not playing it. But anyway. Mostly because of money.
So EDMC, you know what that means. Throw a super chat or two our way.
Support our Patreon.
You can get Assassin's Creed Shadows when it comes out. You can,
Ah.
but yeah, that's what you can all look forward to in our streaming future. That
Yeah,
kind
me
of
and
stuff.
Ashlyn streaming Stardew.
After Slay the Princess, right?
Actually, probably not because I don't have Slay the Princess yet. It's
I
the next
might
thing on my wish
stream
list.
Slay the Princess, maybe,
Go
but
for
I
it.
don't know
You
because
When?
that's what I was about to say. Is I don't know because I already really have to make time for our two Umineko streams a
Yeah.
week just to get those out. I just really want to play it again because it's a really good game.
I've
Yeah.
only seen like clips of it. I've never actually played it, but it has intrigued me for quite a while.
It is a very well written game.
Yeah, it's really good.
It's just a point and click, but it's kind of like a cross between a point and click and a visual novel.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
That's what I'm good at, because I don't know if anybody else saw in the stream that I didn't move for the first 10 minutes of playing the game yesterday because I didn't know I had to move.
Didn't
Yeah.
see, but was told by Taryn. What?
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm gonna clip that. It's gonna go on TikTok because it was really funny.
Oh,
There you go.
man.
Yeah. Well, good. I
And,
need
you know,
somebody to
we-
do that. I
we
don't
got our
have the
standard.
patience. I can't be playing. If a game requires me to read more than like 5 sentences, I couldn't be bothered.
This is the person
Yeah,
that is
no,
doing
me
a full
neither.
playthrough of Umineko.
Yeah, no. I couldn't stand doing something like that for like.
That's not a
Can't imagine.
game.
Could you imagine sitting
That's
there
a
and doing that for
lifestyle.
several hours?
Oh, you should have seen me in Genshin and Honkai Star Rail just spam clicking. I don't know if my mic's gonna pick this up, and I'm afraid it's gonna hurt the mouse, but
Nope,
I can't hear
not getting
anything.
it.
okay. But yeah, that was me. By the way, newest update for Honkai Star Rail at this time was the Rappa update. And to get through the entirety of just the story, it took me 3 hours with spam
Oh
clicking.
no, I haven't touched it yet. I
Haven't read it, didn't read a single line of dialogue, was just moving from point A to point B as fast as possible, and clicking, spamming through the dialogue took me 3 hours.
I usually
So-
actually try to listen to the dialogue.
So I was gonna
Uh-oh.
say, what's the point of playing if you're skipping through the story?
I'm
There
not
are a
interested
lot
in
of
the
people
story.
that there are a lot of people that just do that for not Honkai, for Hoyo games.
Mhm. I
Does
am
not compute.
interested in the gameplay element in which it is a turn-based action RPG, and I have to beat enemies that are very strong using my team composition.
I'm that way
Pokemon.
with Genshin. I pretty much don't pay attention to the story unless it's the main story or a character story in Genshin. I don't pay attention to any of the side quests or anything. I just spam click through them and get through them because I don't want them to be in my quest menu anymore because they take up space.
Admittedly, a lot of the side quests, like, okay, in Star Rail, some of the side quests are pretty cool, or they'll have deep meanings, or they'll have stories. Like, I'm trying to think, a lot of the ones in Pinocchio where you have to do with the emotional dials of people are pretty
Those
nice.
were cool.
Those are nice. Genshin, they're all bad. Sorry. Sorry. Maybe with few exceptions. Jet's World Quest, pretty good. Jet and
Everyone
Benben.
seems to universally like that one. I've only barely started it.
Aside from that, there's not many that are unique or good. I just finished the newest, what do you call it? It's the one for the Children of the Echoes tribe. It is the tribal mission. I can't
Oh yeah,
remember.
they have the new tribal missions, yeah.
Yeah, I just finished that with Jilonin, and it was just the same story that we've seen in like basically every single character quest. This person that was close to the character that we're playing alongside actually turns out to be evil, and we have to go into a mini dungeon to stop them because they're being evil. It has happened countless times. It wasn't even a character quest. It was a whole different mission, but it played out the same as a character quest. I don't think that's what they're called. I can't remember what they're actually called. Is it Story Quest? Is that the name of
Story
theirs?
quest, yeah.
They all
This
play
is
out
why
the same.
Farina's story quest will forever be the peak of story quests.
True, she just wanted to
Changed
be
my
in
mind.
theater.
Yeah. Farina's story quest is entirely just about her getting a passion after being Jesus. So
Oh,
Yeah, it's
you
the
don't
Passion of the
understand,
Christ.
Jordan. I love Farina. She's Genshin Jesus and she's my favorite character. She
of course she is.
She's my second, next only to Nahida, who is Genshin Moses. No, I'm kidding. Oh, I like Nahida.
and
Which,
she's
by the
a
way,
precious pure bean.
it's the Sub-Zerus festival right now.
It is the Sub-Zerus festival right now. OMG, happy birthday, Nahida.
I've been waiting for them to make it into an event in game for so long because I love the Sub-Zerus festival.
I just thought it was really funny that all of the quests basically had everyone telling Paimon to shut up the
Yeah.
entire time.
Well, that's
Or Paimon.
Paimon for you.
Yeah. Dubious little creature.
Hmm. But yeah.
How have you been doing in Genshin, Jordan?
Oh, great, I won.
Really?
Yep.
That would be an experience I would pay to see is Jordan streaming Genshin.
Maybe
Once
at some
7.0
point.
comes out and we're at the end of the game, Jordan's gonna play it.
I do think
Just do
you'd
the
like
main
it.
story.
It is now a possibility since I now have a
Mm.
computer that can play it. Because that was honestly it's mostly the disdain that I hold for it because I really don't actually care that much. You guys are interested. I like hearing you guys talk about it. I might play it since I now have a computer that could run it.
Mm-hmm.
I
I
will
do
say
think you'd like it. I think you'd engage with it, just not in the elements we do. Well, actually, that's not true. I think we like the story too. I think you'd like it as
Yeah.
well.
I will say Genshin is starting to get, for me, it's starting to get Honkai Impact third levels of like bloat though. So it's kind of overwhelming if you're jumping into it now because there's just so much. But
You,
that's because it's been out
mhm.
forever.
So
You
it's like
just,
starting Critical Role now.
yeah,
Kinda, yeah.
you just have to make peace with yourself that you're either never going to catch up or it's going to take a lot of work to catch up. You can't
Yep.
be like, "Oh, I'm trying so hard to catch up and I can't." You can't do that. You're just going to have to
No.
make the peace.
You
You're
gotta
just
accept that you are where you are.
And
Yep.
just take it slowly and
Yeah, enjoy yourself. I
enjoy
enjoyed
yourself.
myself so much when I first started. I actually didn't spam through the dialogue.
Oh, how times have changed.
Yeah. I still get the gist, and if ever I want to, I just watch a video, but like I know more or less what's happening, just not the fine details. But yeah. Also, Genshin is the PG cousin to the Honkai games, so you can
True.
always be assured that nothing that bad ever really happens in it
Yeah,
anyway.
no.
Gotcha.
In the Genshin, I don't even think like they make. I mean, there's like very vague references to actual blood in the game. Like I remember we talked about this one time. I think the only thing that actually shows blood in the game is when a very specific four-star character, Kuki Shinobu, uses her ability, it shows blood. And like that's one of the only instances in the entire game where blood appears.
Yeah.
Mm.
Which is hilarious
And
because you have characters that like literally throw bombs at people in
yeah. Characters never die. Playable characters never ever die. Which is really funny because they'll think that they're like edgy, especially now because we're in the nation of war. So it'll be like, oh, all these people are dying, or this person's best friend died, and it's like you look at the model and you're like, NPC, yeah, figures.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, of course you died.
Yeah, and it's like I do not care, and it's like
I
anytime
hate Tepe.
I was well, I don't know if you've gotten that far, so I will refrain. There's a recent character that died that I was like, that was written in stone that was gonna happen. Um, but anytime characters are like, I don't know if I'm gonna make it back, I got stuck. Like there was one that I'm sure you've done through Levi by now with Kachina,
Yep.
where it was like, I don't think she's coming back, she's dead, and I was like, she's not dead.
She's going
not
to.
dead.
She's gonna be fine. Like,
She's a character that has bright, vibrant colors in her color palette. That means she's
Mhm.
here to stay forever.
Yep.
Them.
Oh, and wouldn't you know it, they saved her.
You know. Then you go over to Honkai Star Rail.
And we're about to see the result of a character dying
Yes,
very soon.
there are two cutscenes where characters die in Star Rail, or am I crazy? Is it just the one?
Well, which ones? Coconia dies.
Yeah, Cocolia.
Yeah, sorry, I was thinking of the Higurashi Umineko Coconia.
Cocolia dies and Ting Yun dies in Star. Spoilers, but like the
Mhm.
game's been out forever, and those were in the first update of the game, so those aren't really major spoilers. But yeah, no, got that in Star Rail. Honkai Impact Third, literally, like I haven't played the game, but from what I know, like 1/3 of the cast just straight up has died throughout the story of that game, and the characters are
Oh.
still there, and you can play them. But like in the
Yeah.
story, they're dead.
Like I said, Genshin is the PG cousin to Honkai.
And we've yet to see what Zenless is going to do. Zenless hasn't been alive long enough yet for us to know how
Not
see-
PG, simply vibe.
it is vibe kind of.
People can't die because that's not a vibe. So
True.
in Zenless.
Valid.
I don't got much to say on that one. It's still in its early years. It will never
It's in
give me
its
a
infancy.
character to pull from. It is confirmed.
I lost my Bernice 50/50 and I'm probably not going to be able to get her before the next banner. And it made me sad, but also kind of relieved at the same time.
Sorry, buddy. That means you'll get Yanagi probably,
Yeah.
unless you want lighter.
No.
Well, don't worry. If you didn't want either of those characters, like me, who hasn't had a character to pull on for the last two or more,
Years.
Yeah. After the leaks are saying, sorry, Hoyo, if you don't like the leaks, but the leaks are saying it's going to be Lighter, Yanagi, which those two are already confirmed, and then another man. Yay! I'm so happy. I
can
love.
finally save.
Must be nice to wish for saving. I'm sitting on a dragon's hoard, and I want nothing more than to spunk it on somebody.
Stop using that word.
Last time it was naked, this time it's spunk.
I not. Yeah. Yep.
That's all the Hoyo I got to talk about.
This is the dang Hoyo episode.
Well, there's always something new going on at that.
There is something going on. They're a good game developer. Well, that's
True.
rare this day and age. Well,
Yeah.
I guess not really if you are an Asian game dev. The Asian game devs usually are better than the Western ones. Except
It
for
just depends on
Konami.
what you're looking for. Except for Konami, true. Let's not get into that again.
As I have to
Summon
hear every
villains.
single weekend before we play D&D and we're waiting for everyone to get there, Konami is apparently the antichrist of game devs.
Dylan likes bringing it up. I will talk with him because I'm the only one that also does the Konamis. But you know me, rehashing conversation is my least favorite thing to do. I
Yep.
hate rehashes. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it.
Almost like what Konami does. Anyways,
Real. Yeah, no, Jordan. I think you should start with Genshin,
Okay, noted.
not Star Rail.
Not Star Rail. Okay.
No, not Zenless either.
personally, I think Star Rail has the best story out of the three, but
I think Jordan should start with Genshin.
I do like trains.
Mm-mm.
Are there trains in Genshin?
Yes.
yes.
Okay, then I was gonna say that might
But
be a deciding
they're not
factor if
as
there are no
prominently
trains.
featured as in Star Rail.
Hmm.
Apparently we're getting a personal room in the train in 2.7. You guys couldn't see, but he made a little face. Pertuset face when I said that. Okay, yeah, that is enough Hoyo talk. That's get it out of here.
Now let's talk about the Joker sequel.
Oh!
I still think I prefer Pizza Hut.
Huh?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
I'm thinking I'm gonna go for the beef.
That's
Where's
old.
the beef?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's old.
yeah.
You remember that one time that TJ ate 2 meat mountains?
That's old.
I know it's
Vaguely.
old, but it's still funny.
You know, that probably did more damage to his body than me smoking one cigarette did.
Probably.
Mm-mm.
That's
I don't know. Game Awards are around the corner.
true.
Award season in
Yeah.
general is around the corner.
Yeah, I don't know. There's just kind of been a mix of things going on in the game-o-sphere right now.
Maybe the Joker sequel will get nominated for stuff. I'm sure it probably will.
For the game.
Yes.
I think so.
It truly did play a lot of people. It
was good.
you
I
can
didn't
have that
watch it.
opinion.
I haven't
You-
watched
The
it.
correct
I
opinion.
will watch it. I heard it was coming to streaming soon. It might already be out on there.
OMG, watch along stream.
Watch a long stream with Joker.
Oh, we'll be in copyright prison.
We can just do what like streamers do and just have a timer of where the movie is.
Those are so weird. Those are so
But-
weird to me.
And,
I don't like
and you
those.
can follow along with us while we're watching.
I hate those because if you watch them without the watch along, it's someone just sitting there with a timer in the bottom
Yeah.
screen ominously, and then they'll just go
Yeah.
like they'll just sit there and go like
I feel
Yeah.
like we should do one of those for the
Yes.
bit, but not specify, like, not actually have a movie going along with it. Just have 2
just
hours of
pretend.
that.
Just
No,
pretend
all
like
three
what's
of us
happening.
watch a different movie at the
Yes.
same time.
Or
I
I
don't
was
know.
gonna say pull a Goncharov.
I was gonna
it's not a real
say-
movie.
I was gonna say if we do what Jordan said, it would become a Goncharov.
Yes.
We would be sitting together improving the plot of a movie that's not happening.
Oh,
Can we do
man.
that? That sounds fun.
Yeah.
like hour and a half improv session. My God.
We play
Yeah.
D&D for like 13 hours a day. It's
Okay,
fine.
but we go into that with expectations.
So then we set up, we figure out like what genre it is loosely, and then we go from there.
Oh man.
I think this
Swing
is a good
jazz.
idea.
Also, just for those of you who do watch the podcast for D&D stuff, and if you've made it this far without clicking off yet, because we haven't really talked about D&D much this episode, do not, I repeat, do not, if you have an artificer in your party, consistently give them enemies and encounters that are immune to poison. I know it's
Don't
hard.
do it.
I
It's
know it's
funny.
difficult
It's
because
really
so many
funny.
things are immune to poison. But I think my artificer almost committed toaster bath last night.
Well, it would have not been for himself. It
No, I was about to say,
definitely
I don't think he was
would
gonna
have
kill
been.
himself. I think he was gonna kill you.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
It was really funny. Poor
He's
Dylan.
he's right. There's just so much things that are resistant or immune to poison damage. So, dun 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 dun, homebrew to the rescue again.
I just have to laugh that this is the second time in a Levi campaign that he's played a character that creatures are immune to his damage.
Okay, the
I'm
necrotic
gonna-
one, he's valid on that. He's valid on that. Poison, he should have known better.
Poison, he should have known better.
He
Yeah,
knew
it
how
was
many
funny, though.
monsters are immune or resistant, and he still was like, "I'm going to go with poison damage for things."
I'm gonna have to come up with something that's like vulnerable to it
Buddy,
to
what
validate him
what
once,
you're gonna
but
have to do?
I don't
you,
know what it would be. I don't.
You got to give him an item that says you make resistances normal and immunities resistances or something for
True,
poison
that would
damage.
probably be a
That
good
would be
idea.
good.
That's like
Super
the only
poison.
thing.
Super.
True. Super poison.
Dang.
I struck the pose.
I'll also bring
Ignores
in
immunity.
Umineko into mine,
Yeah.
and I'll have Lambda Delta give him super poison.
We had yet to meet her, or did you just meet her when we played it?
In yours?
Yeah.
I had not met her yet.
Okay.
Yeah,
So,
no,
yeah.
I had
She's
no
a free
idea
agent
about.
then.
Yep.
Gotta get those sound effects on block.
She's all mine to do with as I please.
That means you also can use the rat.
Oh no.
And you can use Dylan or.
What?
I'm Delanor. I will be Delanor later today.
That will be exciting. I think we're actually gonna finish, but I'm not sure. There's only 2 chapters left, but I think that they're massive given what we left off with.
We can do it. I believe in us.
I don't have anything to do except eat.
Check out our Umineko stream from 4 days ago.
It'll be the end of episode 5, and then we only have 3 episodes left. Not
Yep.
streams, 3 episodes, mind you.
So about
Again.
100 more hours.
Yeah.
Like 80. We got the first 20 down.
Oh.
We actually talked about this last stream after the stream. Each game is about 100-ish hours long. So
Jesus.
Yeah. Well, we were talking about her earlier. That was Farina.
yeah, no, Farina is Jesus and Genshin Impact.
Oh, there's a lot of symbolism with that in this too.
Yeah, precisely.
No.
Dang
No,
it.
you okay?
My eye. But yeah, it's a shame. I feel bad for games like Mouthwashing because I know for a fact it's not going to get a single nomination at the Game Awards.
No, which side? It was a really good game. There were a couple points. I was getting towards the end. I was like really chatty in the beginning, and then towards the end, I was just sitting there silent in horror because just stuff kept happening. It was very enjoyable to play.
Yeah.
When do we know the exact day the Game Awards are yet? Or no?
It's in December, early December. It's on their
Okay.
website, but I already forgot it. I looked at it last night.
Okay.
How dare.
Because viewer at home, we probably will try to do a stream again when that
Yeah.
happens. We try to do one every year. So
Yeah. I don't remember what day of the week it is, but that's okay.
the VOD will be there.
True. But yeah, when I think of like mouth washing and I think of what's the one that Markiplier was making a movie for?
You wouldn't mark a
Iron
plier.
Lung?
Yeah, Iron Lung. And I think about just all these different ones. Observation, I'm on observation duty, or No, I'm Not Human, or any of these little horror games that have cropped up over the year. I'm like, they're not gonna get a single nomination,
Mm-mm.
Which is
even
unfortunate
though.
because I think story-wise, those are like top tier.
Well, they had just rippling effects on YouTube. If you look at the games played by YouTubers and streamers the
Yep.
most, it's going to be those games more
Mhm.
than, well, okay. I suppose that's not entirely true because things like League of Legends and Apex Legends and things like that will always be top because these people play them for 24 hours a day.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and have a lot of viewers for some reason. I still don't get that. But if you look at what gets a lot of clicks and what shows up on the feeds, the home feeds and stuff, it's usually those types of games. Buckshot Roulette,
Oh, I want to play
another
that one
one.
too. I haven't bought it yet, but I
It's
want
on
to play
sale
it.
right now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it is.
If I
I think
remember,
so.
last I saw it, I thought it was.
I'm gonna have to go check it out.
But yeah, we have been for a while. We've been in the age of indie games.
Yeah.
Indie games have been popping for several years now. They've really been
Mm-hmm.
the make or break in the gaming community. And I mean, I was joking on it earlier, but like that really is what it is. Is like nowadays people don't really care about like AAA game studios and don't really give them much time of day.
Mm-mm.
Sure,
Mhm.
they might make one good game every once in a while. Like Baldur's Gate 3 was pretty, but that one wasn't even
That's
like
not
really
triple
AAA.
A. Yeah.
It's like double A at the
Or just
most,
A.
maybe.
Yeah.
The devs that made it had made other kind of big games, but they weren't as big as like everyone knows them, like COD. They made the Divinity series before that. Um, but yeah, no, so we're in a different time for gaming. And I think
Wouldn't
it's
you know it?
good. I think it's good for it.
People, whenever left to their own devices and creativity free from corporate infrastructure, tends to make more beloved products. Who would have thought?
hmm Undertale's a product of that.
hmm Hades, though it was with a team, it was with a small independent team. And
Yep.
Mhm.
Hades 2,
Yep. So,
among
The
several
first
others.
FNAF.
Lethal Company.
yep. All this again, we could go on. We could go on and on, but all these games that everyone knows is by either one guy or a handful of people with a
Mhm.
cool little funky idea for a
Yep.
video game.
Oh, yeah. And we're gonna see none of them at the Game Awards.
Nope.
I
See like one or two, but they won't win anything. They
no. There's gonna be some game none of us have ever. There's that one category. I can't remember what the name of it is from last year, where it was all 5 independent games. It was indie games that none of us have ever heard of.
yeah.
And the one that ended up winning was like some strange pastel-looking cooking game.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. I
See?
remember, and like all of us were like, "What?"
Yeah. Yep. Oh,
I wasn't there for
we
last
might
year's Game
see
Awards.
you
we
gotta
might
come
see
back for
some
soup.
get announced at the Game Awards
Mm.
that they're coming out.
They fly
Yeah,
now.
it's true. But honestly, if they had the budget to fund a Game Awards ad, that's not necessarily going to say that they're bad, but that usually is also not indicative that they're the sleeper hit of the
Mhm.
indie game scene. Like Lethal
hmm
Company certainly didn't have such money to put that out,
Yep.
but it was massive. Now, like I said, it's not indicative though because like the people that made Dead Cells made that other game recently we were talking about, and it's probably good if I had to bet because Dead Cells is really good.
Mm.
But they did have the money to put out an ad in Game Awards. So, it's kind of a 50-50.
Yep.
Oh my god, like Genshin.
True.
Brought it
See,
back around.
she's already beginning to understand how the mechanics work of the game. You know.
I'm sick.
Yep.
I'm just thinking about my wish retention right now.
I'm surprised. Has anyone made an r/wish retention for
Probably.
the whole year,
Oh.
or just for any gacha in general? That would Reddit, do your
Get
thing.
on it.
Dang. Uh,
Uh,
yeah, I don't really know what else is going on. Who's gonna win the Oscars, Jordan?
I mean, there's really not been very much good that came out this year. Saturday Night looks promising. I haven't watched it yet, but I like the look of it. There's also a new A24 coming out that's starring Andrew Garfield and Florence Pugh that looks like it could be good, but also Oscar bait. It's called We Live in Time. It
Oh
doesn't look
yeah.
like quite a rom-com, but it does look more like it skews drama with some hopeful moments. I think it looks interesting. What else has come out this year?
When are the Oscars this year?
Well, the Oscars for like, so they happen kind of the year behind. So like the Oscars that happened this year were the movies for the previous year,
Oh.
and then it'll happen again like next. It
Oh,
happens
okay.
like mid-summer, early spring-ish.
Well, with that being said, then what do you think about Nosferatu? Because that's coming out on Christmas.
I'm excited for that.
I'm
I'm
also
very
very
excited for
excited for that.
Nosferatu.
I hope they don't
I
mess it
hope it's
up.
good. Yeah, I hope it's good because I want that concept to be good. I
Yes.
want to like it.
I think it looks very promising. So yes, I am eager to see how they handle that.
It does have Willem Dafoe.
It does, and I do like him in a lot of things. Oh, there was another Yorgos Lanthimos movie that came out earlier this year that also will probably be part of the award season, but I haven't watched it yet, even though I want to. It's got Willem Dafoe and Emma Stone in it as usual.
We'll see. I
Oh,
gotta
and
know.
I saw this TV Globe, but that one probably won't get award nominated because it's technically horror, even though I think it's gorgeous and it should get awards.
True, that feeling when you're a horror, so you don't get any awards.
Yeah,
No matter
well, even
what.
though, because like it shouldn't technically be qualified. Okay, it's technically a psychological horror, but it's so much more than a psychological horror. And so I don't think it'll be nominated just because of like the general genre that it was marketed as, but it's more of a coming of age with psychological elements. Like it's not straight up horror.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Lord.
That's how they get you. Oh,
Also,
what?
this might have just been a gaff or like a bait thing, but I saw scrolling Twitter earlier today that someone, actually it might not have been because now that I'm thinking about it, I think it might have been what's his name? The guy that directed Dune.
I don't know.
Don't remember.
He's French. It starts with a V. They know who I'm talking about. You can look him up. I think
I
it
know
was
who
his
you're talking
account
about. I
that
can't think
tweeted
of
it.
the name.
Yeah, I think it was his account that tweeted it. He announced that they're working on Dune Messiah, so they are going to be making a third Dune movie.
Well, I did know
Interesting.
that already. I think
I
that
saw,
was like
yeah, I saw
locked
something
in.
about that.
And I think he said they're shooting for a 2025 release.
Gotta ride that hype.
Yep. So probably that would mean it would probably be late 2025 because I cannot foresee it being like anytime soon.
True, unless they went straight off of shooting the last one into shooting that one and they already have all the footage in the bag.
That's what I was thinking. A Pearl X situation.
They got to if they did it that way because Chalamet cut off all of his hair. So
Maybe it was for this.
Maybe that's why.
I don't think Paul goes bald
I don't
at any
know.
point. I don't know either. I don't.
Great time to be Chalamet maxing, man.
It's.
I just gotta know what are those other directors doing? What are they? You can't trust directors, man. You let
You
them
can't.
go and they start doing things. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
That's kind of how that job works.
I know. So like, what are they doing?
And I
out
mean,
there?
sometimes they cook, but
What-
sometimes
what
they do
directors?
not.
It's kind of rude of them to be doing things and not telling me. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
That's what an NDA is for. They legally can't.
I'd like to know.
We should get rid of those
What
things.
director are you asking about specifically?
If
There's a
this
handful.
NDA thing is keeping us from knowing, I think we should get rid of them.
True.
You're not gonna win that battle.
I want to know what Ari Aster's up to after his kind of flop.
After Beau is Afraid. I never did watch Beau is Afraid. I was interested in it, but I didn't hear very good things, especially from my friend that's a huge Ari Aster fan. His name is kind of hard to say.
Yeah.
So yeah, I haven't watched that one yet. I was interested though, because Nathan Lane is in it.
I just think it's not his best, but it's fine.
Well, considering the two that it had to follow up, that's kind of hard to.
Yeah. I want to know what he's up to because it's been a while since Beau is Afraid came out. That was like almost 2 years now.
Mhm.
Wow.
He's got to be cooking on something, and I got to see if he. This will kind of prove to me if he's a Shyamalan or if he's an actual good director.
My parents watched his new movie last night. I still haven't heard
It's
how it
so
is.
bad. It's so bad. I'm here to tell you. But anyway, I've already made my point known. I don't know if I did it on the podcast or not. Shyamalan is kind of like Benjamin Button. He started as his best possible form and has since made things worse and worse and worse every time he's made a movie.
I hate
Uh,
to agree, but unfortunately that is the truth. It's just is lost something.
hmm Now, Ari Aster, we're yet to see, because Hereditary, pretty good. Midsummer, pretty good. But Was Afraid, not as good, and now I think his next one's gonna be the make or break. If he is bad again, we got another Shyamalan on our hands.
Mhm.
If it's good, he's solidified, and But Was Afraid was just a not a perfect hit for him, not a home run.
Shamalaman.
True.
Shyamalan.
Shyamalan also a lyric in the new song by Creepy Nuts, Otonoke, which is the opening for Dun Dun Dun.
Dun, dun, dun.
Anyway, also, I want to know what Darren Aronofsky's up to because he's a goated film director. His last film
True.
being The Whale.
Hasn't seen a lot of stuff from him recently.
Yep. Everything he's made is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Requiem for a Dream, The Whale, The Wrestler, Black Swan,
I
all
love Black Swan.
peak
I do
films.
too.
I
We're
know he's
talking
not
about
talking
different
about the
Black
movie.
Swans.
Yeah, he's not.
What?
And lastly, I want to know what Jordan Peele's up to as well. I know he's
Yes.
talking with Kojima.
It's peeling.
Peeling what?
Toenails.
Oh no.
That would be
Well,
something he might do.
I would like to see another thing from Jordan Peele because I really
Mhm.
liked Nope. Well, I really liked all three of them. I liked Get Out, I liked
Mhm.
Us, and I think Nope was probably my favorite.
I was gonna say potentially hot take. I think Nope was his best. I know people
I
really like
really
Get
like
Out, but I think Nope was his best.
Get Out is good. Us is they're all so like they're all horror, but they're all so genre specifically different
Mhm.
that I think it's a good like examination of the range of his horror writing and directing style.
Mhm.
Because he then also did it was a direct to Netflix stop motion animation in partnership. I think it was in partnership with either Monkey's Paw or Leica or both. It was Wendell and Wild, and that one was interesting. The art style was very cool. They leaned in heavily to the fact that it was stop motion. And so where usually the biggest process of editing in stop motion is them smoothing out the lines where you can see that the dolls have been moved. So like when they change the faceplates out and stuff, the dolls have like seams. They worked that into the character designs for all of the characters where it was like the seams were artfully included into the design where it was obvious that they were dolls, but stylistically it worked and it was very cool. And he was actually in that one. He voice acted in that one along with Keegan-Michael Key.
Wow.
And it was a very interesting movie. I need to give it a rewatch because I haven't watched it since it first came out. But the art style was beautiful. And it was like kid horror, but it was still an interesting addition to his filmography.
I'm just shocked to see him and Keegan-Michael Key together again because they have not done anything since they split for Key and Peele.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of went in complete polar opposite directions. Keegan-Michael Key started doing more kid movie voice acting, and Jordan Peele went on to direct horror movies.
Mm-hmm.
But that
and
is
musicals.
that
Keegan-Michael
is
Key has done a lot of musicals recently too.
Dang.
that is what you missed last year at the Game Awards, Jordan, is Peele came out on stage with Kojima and
Yeah.
was like, "We're gonna do more stuff together. This is great. I love this guy." And Kojima was cheesing.
Yeah.
He was being Kojima on stage.
They've been posting stuff on Twitter, those two.
Oh my god, they're Twitter official.
Twishel. Or I guess now it should be Exel.
No, never mind. Let's stop talking about Twitter.
That does sound like Aztec. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know he's been partnering and producing a lot of stuff lately. Like he recently remade Scare Tactics. The old reality show is back and it's funny. I like that show. I don't know if you guys ever watched it.
I have not.
It's
that-
so much fun.
Is that the one where they force people to face their fears?
Not quite, sort of.
No.
That's Fear Factor, isn't it?
Fear Factor.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, Scare Tactics was an old candid TV show where they would, I don't know how you did it. I guess you was supplied or they contacted people. I'm not sure. But one person would tell everybody on the producer or the crew, they'd be like, okay, this is who I want you to prank. Here are all of their fears.
Oh,
And then they
mm-mm.
would construct a realistic situation, and then things would go haywire and they'd be faced with their realist fears.
Oh no!
I hate that.
It's
I
so
hate that
fun.
viscerally.
And it's famous because at the end of every episode, whenever they're being chased or, whenever things peak in horror, whatever is the actor or whoever's nearest by will say, "You're on scare tactics." And then they drop the act and everybody's like, "Ha ha ha, we got you."
Do they pay for the therapy afterwards?
Nope. Which is why I love it. I love it so much because they'll do everything. Now, unfortunately, they do have like the budget of like a student film. So it's not, I guess if you're in the moment, you'll get scared, but when you watch it through the candid cameras, you're like, they're afraid by this? This seems very, you could tell it was fake. Um, but I don't know. I enjoy watching it. In the newest edition, they haven't done scare tactics since like the mid 2000s, I'm pretty sure. It's been a while, and then Jordan Peele brought it back now, and it's really funny. Um, they had a kid on there that was 19 and living with his mom, which isn't unheard of, but apparently he was pursuing his music career, and his mom was the one that was pranking him. And she had signed him up for a security guard job at a night security guard job at an empty warehouse
No
facility.
way.
Oh no.
No, it would have been really funny, but also the price for the licensing would have been out the wazoo. Um, but no, they had they pretended that there was a serial killer that was coming for revenge and was gonna attack him.
Oh my God.
And so most of the time, whenever somebody hits them with the "you're on scare tactics," most of the people will go like, "Oh, aha, you got me." This kid was crying and just hugged his mom.
Oh.
Guys, he's 19. It's not cute.
It's no, that's deeply upsetting, that poor kid.
No, he's not.
If you think you're gonna die.
He was fine. He was.
Didn't know that.
Oh, it made me laugh a lot. Hmm. Oh, also the main reason the mom wanted to prank him is because he apparently hid behind their washer and made them call the police because they thought he was a missing person.
Oh.
Yeah. The more you watch it, the less sympathy you have for the kid.
How long was he behind the washer
Several
for this to
hours.
happen?
That's dedication to the bit right there.
Dang.
That's really funny.
What possessed him to
Apparently,
go
he was
behind the
pranking his
washer.
mom.
The spirit of the bit.
Okay.
So, so that's
That's
what he's
pretty
up
funny.
to. I hope he's still making movies. Is the long form of this? Is I hope that he's still in the process of making movies because they're really good. Oh, but he's doing a lot of other stuff now, which I hope that's not keeping him from his movies.
Oh, flipping back to TV shows for a second. I don't know if you guys are going to roast me for this or not. I have not been on board for a Marvel project in quite a long time because, in my personal opinion, the Marvel stuff has gone very quickly downhill for the last couple years. Agatha All Along just finished, and I think it's the best Marvel property to come out since WandaVision, because WandaVision was my favorite Marvel property to come out, and I thought it was excellent.
Marvel. You kept saying Marvel, and I was sitting here like, who's Marble? What's Marble making?
Marvel. Jenna Marbles. She's back.
I
Oh,
haven't.
no.
I, I haven't watched it, so I can't really give you an opinion. Honestly,
Is it done?
The fact, well,
It just
I'll
finished,
give you
yeah.
this, Jordan. I'll give
Okay,
you
I
this.
might
The
watch it.
fact that I haven't been seeing any like internet discourse about it leads me to believe that it is better than most other Marvel things that have come out in the past like year because
I thought
people
it
aren't
was
talking
very
about
well
it being
written.
bad. So
It was very well written. It was very well acted. I was very happy because a lot of the effects that were practical, which was a very cool departure from the typical Marvel CGI formula that they've been using for a very long time. I thought it was a really good return to like what made the original Marvel films special is we got a lot of character development and a lot of like character backstory, but there's still room for more so they can expand upon it. And so now they have this whole cast of characters that they can dive into, and they developed the mythology of the world a little bit more. I thought it was all fantastically done, and also Patti LuPone deserves an Emmy.
Well, I may watch it. We'll see. But Marvel's lost a lot of good grace.
That's the
That's
thing.
for
I was
sure.
worried because I was like, really excited when this was announced because I loved WandaVision and I love like Agatha Harkness and stuff, and that like whole side of Marvel that revolves around Wanda and Vision and their kids and stuff. I think that they did a very good job of, as a young Avengers fan, bringing certain characters from the comics and putting them on the screen and making their stories make sense within the Marvel world that they've established. And I think it was very well done. And it has not completely redeemed Marvel in my eyes, but it was a good step forward.
We'll see. I know one thing that was talked about online is that they are now fast tracking Midnight Suns content.
Mm.
Which I've always been a fan of the mystical side of Marvel more than the science-y or cosmic side of Marvel.
Mm-hmm.
Both are fun, but I really like Doctor Strange and the Midnight Suns.
Yeah.
So I was hoping they would do that. I want Ghost Rider so bad.
Mm-mm.
And I'm not talking about the movie.
Oh. Only if it's
I
played by Nick
hardly
Cage
know her.
again.
Amazing that wasn't in another recent film, by the way. I don't know if they didn't talk to him or what happened with that.
I don't know.
But yeah, I just
Honestly, I feel like they might have asked him, and then he was probably just like, "I played Ghost Rider."
true. He does do like everything. That's the thing though, is he accepts like every role under the sun, so I don't know why he wouldn't do it. Maybe he was busy filming.
Mm.
That was during Willy's Wonderland.
No, that'd be something. Oh, but yeah. We'll see what else they come up with. What's the next one coming out? Next one should be the next Captain America.
Yes.
I don't remember.
I think
I've
it's
lost track
that.
because I was so excited for this one that I've mostly ignored everything else.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't really been keeping up with what Marvel's do. The last big Marvel thing I saw was RDJ is Doctor Doom, and that
Yeah,
was it.
I did see that.
That was when I was like, I
Mhm.
don't care anymore. I
It was a while ago that I didn't care anymore. But
I'm still
I
wondering
just
how they're going to accomplish that because if it involves bringing Tony Stark back, I'm going to be really upset.
I think that's everyone's fear. I
I
think.
know. Well, and there's comics precedents for him to be like for him to look like Tony Stark. And I'm not gonna lie, I think that's stupid. And if they do it
Mm-mm.
that way, I'm gonna be really mad. Because there's a universe in which during like tech school, Victor Von Doom and Tony Stark mind swap and they're still the same, but they both like go on to do the same things that they were going to do, but just looking like each other. And I think that's really dumb. And if they do
Mm.
that in the movie, I'm gonna be really mad.
well, very rarely have they actually followed the events of comics as we've seen so far. But
True.
my
This would be the
thing,
one time.
yeah, one thing that we've seen with Marvel over and over again, although Kevin Feige has his finger in all the pies, I think at this point we can safely say that every product is a product of the director of each individual film.
Mhm.
It is not a product of Marvel anymore. We can all say that, I think, now. The best Marvel movies are as good as they are because of their directors, full stop.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Um, the ones that aren't good are not good because of their directors. Same goes for the TV shows because I know the director of Agatha All Along really wanted to use the practical effects.
Hmm.
So if it is as good as it is, it's because of that director.
Yeah.
So my lack of confidence is not assuaged at all for the entirety. It all depends on the director.
Oh yeah, that's why I'm saying it has not restored my faith in Marvel whatsoever. I was just so
Mhm.
happy that this, I feel like, was done justice.
Yeah, I don't think I can even look at it as a whole anymore. I cannot say like this is how I feel about Marvel. Now it's just this is how I feel about this film. That's all it is now, or this show.
This set
Period.
of characters that is all directed by the same person.
Yeah. Even Multiverse of Madness even proved to us that the same character under different directors are vastly different.
That's what happens when the director doesn't watch the the entire series for that character's
Mhm.
backstory before making the follow-up movie.
Exactly. So we'll see what happens. Daredevil's coming back. Yay!
Mhm.
I
Yay.
don't really care. I know some
I
people
don't-
like
yeah.
it, but
I enjoyed the original series. I don't know how they're gonna handle it now that he's been Marvelized, because he's kind of one that I don't know how he's gonna fare under.
I know that they've committed to the R rating for some things, but I
Mhm.
just,
That's a good sign, I guess.
yeah, it's just like, I'm gonna be honest, I watched some of the first Daredevil and I just didn't like it that much. It was too slow for me, too much on the legal drama.
Mm.
Um, the fighting was good though, the choreography was good, but that's about it. I'm much more excited for DC, which wow, what a Twilight Zone we're in. But now that James Gunn's at the helm, I'm so excited for their
Yes.
stuff to start dropping. I'm so
Yes.
excited.
Because I mean, if his Suicide Squad was any indication,
Yes.
it's gonna be
And
fantastic.
Peacemaker, oh
And
my
I
gosh.
still need to watch
You
that. It's
really
been on my
do. I
list.
forced TJ to watch all of it once. I'm so glad I did. It's so fun. I honestly, I rewatched it when I forced TJ to watch it, and I would not be opposed to rewatching again. It's that fun. And John Cena's a goat, but
He's a goat.
yeah, he is in Mortal Kombat. Um,
As a goat?
no,
Oh.
Eagle though.
Modders?
True. Uh, I don't know. I'm just excited. The new Superman trailer should be dropping soon.
Mhm.
I'm excited for that one. That's the one that everybody's got their hopes and fears on right now is how he's going to handle Superman because Superman's been
Superman.
done and done and done over and over
Yeah.
again and not well in many cases.
He's kind
So
of like the Batman, where we've gotten so many like backstories. Are you gonna start it from the beginning, or are you gonna just go?
even at least for Batman, I think all of the recent Batman films have been pretty good, if not
Yeah.
really good. Cannot be said for Superman. That
No.
cannot be
Mm.
said for him.
I did not like Man of Steel. It made me throw up because
What are your thoughts on Superman versus Batman?
I didn't watch it because
Oh,
it's
well,
stupid and I refused. I
you
haven't
really
seen
should.
I've seen Justice League. That is the only of that series of films that I've seen. I watched Justice League, and then I watched the original Suicide Squad, which is technically tangentially related.
Yeah,
That was enough.
I'm so excited though. I think he'll do well, surely. Crypto's in it for crying out loud. It can't be bad if Crypto's in it. I can't remember what else he has on the horizon. I'm gonna look it up real quick.
I don't remember. I haven't kept a very close eye on it. And honestly, I'm kind of like what you were saying about Agatha. I haven't heard a lot about it, and I'm taking that as a good sign.
Mm. Upcoming.
I think you mean up spunking.
No, we
True.
don't.
Who up Spunk?
Oh.
Oh, I don't know if it shows me. IGN has a list, but do we really trust IGN? I don't know.
IGN has been. I mean, do we really trust any like media journalist
The
groups
only
Not
these this day and
particularly.
that
age?
I trust these days is Tyler1News.com.
That's
Not even a fake thing, by the way.
that's
Someone's been there.
really funny.
Super.
Why?
We can talk about that later, but
I
Superman is slated to come out in July.
Mhm.
I didn't know it was coming so soon. I knew the trailer was, but I didn't know the film was. There's gonna be a Supergirl, Peacemaker season 2, Sandman season 2, which, well,
I
both.
liked the Sandman season 1, so I'm hoping that they do well with Sandman season 2.
I like the Sandman season 1 as well. I just know who made it. So
I
that's
know,
why.
but they cut ties with it. I have opinions on that whole
Yeah.
situation. They wrecked Good Omens because of it, and I'm mad
Mhm.
because they could have just taken him off the project and been done with it, but no, they had to cut the entire third season.
Baby with a bathwater situation.
They also killed Dead Boy Detectives, which is part of that same universe, and I'm mad about it.
there's a ton of stuff in development. Swamp Thing.
Ooh.
I already said the Batman Part 2.
I
Teen
want to know if
Titans
he's going to
movie.
do anything to Doom Patrol into greater DU, because Doom Patrol has a television series that I really, really like, but I'm not sure it fits into the timeline of DC that's happening now. I don't know if it's a tangent or if it's like Suicide Squad, where it's in the same world as all of this other stuff. It's just not touching.
Well, we'll see. I think the Superman thing will clear some of that up. But as far as I understand, the slate's pretty much cleared. Especially if you watched The Flash, you'd know where I think it's all heading. A lot of TV
The Flash
series.
the movie or Flash the television series that was on CW for years and years and years?
Not that one.
Because I watched all of those. I watched part of Arrow and I watched The Flash and Supergirl
That
religiously.
has no impact on the future movies.
Yeah, that's valid. It was really good to start, but then it jumped the shark pretty quick.
Well, it's just if you watch The Flash, the film,
I did not.
you would know pretty much what's going on. Which it's pretty late now, and I could probably tell you what happened, but spoilers. I'm not going to say a dang word. That movie came out like
Rude.
yesterday.
It did not.
Here's what IGN is saying: is that he's also going to work on The Brave and the Bold, a Bane slash Deathstroke movie,
Interesting.
a Waller TV series, could be interesting. I like the actress that plays Amanda Waller.
Me too.
Booster Gold TV series, which I'm so excited for. I love Booster Gold. Paradise Lost TV series. I'm not sure. I don't know.
Oh my
I don't
god,
know.
I'm getting band flashbacks.
Dang, you guys are just like tearing.
I did not associate it with that at all.
Okay, good.
I did,
I associated it with the book Paradise Lost.
I
Oh, no.
associated it with the song.
I'm assuming the fact that it's called that means that there's something in DC that has to do with Paradise Lost.
Probably.
Not the book. I don't
Probably.
know though. I don't. You guys know how James Gunn is. He does not like doing what's popular. Hence, all the things I've listed so far being pretty not
Which I'm here
mainstream
for.
popular. Me too. But as a result, there's gonna be some stuff that unless we're diehard DC fans, which I don't think any of us are, at least for the comics,
Time to start
No.
reading the comics.
there's gonna be some stuff none of us have heard of. Like I don't know if you guys have even heard of Booster Gold when I said I really
No,
liked
I
him.
have not.
Nope.
Yeah. Paradise Lost, I feel like is a situation where that's just one that neither of us have heard of, or none of us. Following that, though, by the way, is a Lanterns TV series, which
Ooh.
could be interesting.
That would be cool to see somebody finally do it like Green Lantern correctly.
I'm scared though because I feel like that would be that would require heavy use of CG, which would be expensive, and it's a TV series, so I'm frightened. But we'll see what happens. So there's going to be a Blue Beetle animated series.
Interesting.
Harley Quinn and other animated titles, and then a Constantine 2, which,
There was a one.
yes,
There was.
in like
It's,
2005.
It was a while ago, and who was it?
It starred Keanu Reeves.
Yeah, Keanu was Constantine,
Oh.
which is odd casting because he does not look like John Constantine, but I'm here for it.
I was gonna say if it's Constantine 2 and it's a direct sequel and it's still Keanu Reeves, I mean he's getting up there, so it probably
But it's
couldn't be.
Keanu.
I think it'd be really funny for it to be him again. It's just,
He's pretty active and mobile for being older.
well, yeah, it's
Or-
just that Constantine doesn't look that old. Constantine's supposed to look middle-aged or young
Well, if they're
middle-aged.
tying it into Sandman, Constantine is a woman in the Sandman universe.
That's true, but it specifically says Constantine 2. That's what's getting me
Hmm.
because I'm feeling like that has to be a sequel to 1.
And then did it specify if we were getting a different Harley Quinn series or if it was just the same continuation of the HBO one?
It just says Harley Quinn and other animated titles.
I may have to
development.
give that one another try. I don't like the actress that voices Harley Quinn in that one because it's Penny from The Big Bang Theory and she sounds like Penny from The Big Bang Theory.
That's really
She
funny.
doesn't sound like Harley Quinn, but I've heard the characterization of like Ivy and Clayface and like all of the other characters in that are really good.
Mhm.
So I kind of want to watch it, but also she annoys me.
Yeah. True. I mean, I sat down and watched that whole series not too long ago,
did.
but I've pretty much forgot about all of it. The Authority was what I mentioned earlier. I scrolled down on the article and it tells me details so that way we can get information about them so we don't have to be confused about Paradise Lost. But first,
I'd rather stay confused.
The Authority, apparently that's the opposite of the Justice League, although I thought that was the
Ooh.
League of Villains, but
Oh.
yeah, the Authority is a group of powerful. Wait, no. Oh, it's more like the Thunderbolts. It's anti-heroes. The Authority is a group of powerful
Okay.
heroes who take a far more proactive approach to meting out justice.
Interesting.
Punisher,
Yeah.
but an entire team of Punishers.
Yes. Dynamic Duo has to do with Dick Grayson and Jason Todd together.
Oh, I'm so here for that.
Okay.
They're two Robins.
Yes.
Robin Hood, Robin Hood.
That would be a great twist. All the
No,
Robins,
that would be
including
really
Robin
cool
Hood.
to do a Robins spinoff. I'm interested in that.
Oh, I see. Okay. So Paradise Lost is not a DC thing. It's just they're choosing to use that name. It has to do with the origins and the political intrigue of Themyscira, the home place of Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman.
They're saying it's supposed to be the DC
Interesting.
equivalent of Game of Thrones.
Huh.
Oh,
I could be interested in that
I'm
because that has to do with
not
Greek
mad at it.
mythology.
maybe.
Yeah.
Themyscira is interesting enough. We'll see how they do it, as always.
Interesting that they took the name Paradise Lost for that.
I think I
'Cause
kind
that's
of
not
understand why.
Greek mythology. That's
No, but it's supposed to be like paradise. Themyscira is supposed to be the paradise, so
Yeah.
presumably this is about its downfall, maybe. So
Mhm.
hence Paradise Lost, and they
Yeah.
were just like catchy title.
Mm.
And there's not really any news about any of the other ones, unfortunately. There
Very
is a cartoon that came out last year called Scooby Doo and Crypto 2. And the Penguin. Still need to watch that too.
What was it we were talking about the other night? Scooby-Doo Umineko crossover.
True.
Oh my god.
It would go so hard, dude. Mystery Inc.'s got that on lock.
Here's my real truth, Beatrice.
You know for a fact that Shaggy and Scooby would get hungry after the first Twilight and would bump
They
into
would go to the
Beatrice.
kitchen. They would go to the kitchen and there would be one of those montages of them getting chased around the mansion,
Yes.
going through all the doors.
Yep.
And it's not Beatrice chasing them, it's the Shyster sisters' golden arrow.
I was thinking it'd be all of the goats.
All of the goats works too. Oh.
I'm telling you, and then they would comedically slip on something that was put there earlier, and they would bump into Beatrice, and they would be like, "Now we got you, Beatrice. Let's see who you really are." And they would say, "It's
Whoever Beatrice is.
yeah."
It exists.
True. Do you guys see that really terrifying video of Scooby, but he like lives through every reboot?
Yes.
No.
It's very frightening. I love it.
Please send that to me.
It was a when the really bad Velma series came out, someone made
I think
it
got canceled.
as like a parody of that, and
No, I want to see that.
it was really good. It's on YouTube somewhere. I don't remember what it's called though.
Yeah, I don't remember what it's called either. Well,
My rose, Reggie, where's my rose?
well,
I'm having too much fun with this. You gotta cut it. You gotta get
Nope.
get us out of here.
nope, I'm not
No?
gonna. I have the power. Hopefully,
We've been
Jordan can
going.
make
It's
this.
been an hour.
Hopefully, this may even be 2 episodes split up. We'll see how much time it ends up being. Any final thoughts?
Without Scooby snacks, it can't be seen.
Are you gonna hit the button or?
You're recording.
Oh,
Hey, we hope you enjoyed the episode you just listened to. If you really like our content, make sure to like, subscribe, and ring the bell for notifications on YouTube, and look for us on Spotify. If you'd like to see us continuing to do more fun projects in the future, consider supporting us on Patreon. You can find our page linked in the description above all of our other social media links. And finally, if you'd like to keep up with the zany shenanigans of our lives and check out some more skit-based content and things like that, check us out on Twitter and TikTok. Links in the description. And hey, thanks.